And yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
What's going on,
What's good?
man? Well, it's Trey's birthday today.
Happy born day to Trey Bang.
Trey turns 9, and he's downstairs being loud playing 2K.
Hey.
But then tomorrow he goes to school. The first day of the fourth grade.
Hey, Nakel start seventh grade on Monday.
Damn.
Yeah, boy. Trey, fourth grade. How you feeling? How we feeling?
Shh.
How are we feeling? Fourth grade and seventh grade for our children.
I
How are we feeling about this?
um get out the house.
All right.
That's about it.
You
Don't
you ready? Yeah, I'm with you
don't
because
lie.
Nakel has gotten so lazy this summer. Like, well, she's not lazy. She done had a great summer, but like when she literally sleeping in till 9:30.
Oh
Like
yeah.
she's like what? I told her, I said, look, enjoy these last few days because you've been living great.
Yeah.
Okay? Living
It's
great.
just it's just the summer went by fast.
I think so too. Yeah, it has actually. It
Like this
has.
was like the fastest summer I've ever had.
Mhm.
Like I blinked and he's going back to school.
Yeah, man.
Um so yeah, that's the only thing for me. Like we're in the middle of August, so it's like the year's damn near over with. Like if this is start preparing for 2024
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's why I don't have much. Mainly because shit went quick.
Well, I have a little more. I have more to dwell on here because in 2 years, Nakia will be in high school.
Yeah.
This is literally like I'm literally about to start like planning eighth grade graduation parties, trying to figure out which high school she's gonna go to.
What high school is she going to?
Well, I don't know yet. We have options on the table. I still need to talk to Coach Moses, see what we can do. Getting into Fenwick because Fenwick has a pretty decent bowling squad, and one of the girls that Nakel actually bowls with, she bowls at Fenwick, and she was the first girl to make it to the state tournament.
Okay.
Shout out to Olivia Cameron. So I know the young lady, and she's a very good bowler. I know her mom, and so I can have a couple conversations with her mom, and then talk to Coach Moses to see what we can do to get Nakel into Fenwick. York is a possibility as well. They have a good bowling team over there, but I told her wherever she's going, there's got to be a bowling team there. So she can still do her dance thing as well. She's gonna dance, I'm sure, but wherever the bowling team is, that's where we're going.
Okay. There's
So
options.
yeah, so me and the wife, we figuring that out
Options.
right now. So seventh grade, here we come, and
Okay.
then freshman year be right around the corner.
Okay. That's good with the options.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So Coach Mo, hey, you know what I'm
Coach
saying?
Mo, holla at me, cuz. Tell the
You
bowling
know,
coach to get in
you,
contact
you
with
got to
me.
send in some bowling tape.
Yeah, I gotta
You
get.
got
We
to
gonna we gonna get the bowling footage up and running.
you got
Get
to send in your and one bowling tape.
big facts, bro. It's a lot of good shit on
You know
there
what I'm
too.
saying?
It's a lot of strikes being picked up, a lot of splits being picked up, a lot of emotion. We got it. Okay, I got it all. So
Okay. Well,
seventh grade, let's do it.
got another episode of Some Dude. Make sure y'all rate, like, subscribe, download wherever y'all get your favorite podcasts, and make sure you follow us on everything at Some Dude Pod. Get the merch, and we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. So it's wild how life works. A couple of weeks ago, not even like barely probably 2 weeks. I think it was you who shared a graphic
Mm-hmm.
of what somebody considered the worst rappers of all time.
Nah, so what it was
Or
was
who was or
it
was it
was
Vincent?
it was a verse. No, it
Who
was
was
a
it?
page on Facebook that shared the the verse from
Oh
a
no, yeah,
rap.
it was
It
the
was the
verse,
verse, and he
yeah.
said it was like one of the worst verses of all time. And I shared it in the group, and I said, "Niggas is tripping. This
Yeah.
shit fire." And the verse that we were referring to was Magoo on Love to Love You. One of his, most popular verses. Shout out to Magoo. Rest in peace to Magoo, who
And
just
then
lost.
that's why we're going there
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we just found out yesterday
yeah.
that Magoo had passed away at the age of 50.
Yeah.
It's just funny how life works to where we're having a conversation about somebody and then that person pass on.
Yeah.
Is Magoo one of those people that we look at in hip hop history and say, dude is one of the best lyricists of all time? No. But he is on some of the more entertaining songs, what I'm saying, in the late 90s. Up Jumps the Boogie is one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite beats, too. Loves to Love You was a Beat Me 911. And then plus, a lot of people did have that Timbaland Magoo album. So it kind of irritated me. And I think it irritated me more only because of social media narratives.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's so many other people that we could have listed as one of the worst rappers.
And he had and to
one of the
that
worst verses.
you said no. Well, the post was about the verse, but I think we've had conversations about worst rappers of all time in the group,
He ain't
and
on that
Magoo's
list.
name's been brought up,
Yeah,
but he ain't. But go ahead to
but see,
continue what you're saying.
the thing is that people brought up Magoo because Magoo was an easy target,
Yeah,
and social media is an easy target. He was he was the least known member of the Super Friends. Him and him and Timbaland as a rap group ain't necessarily like Mobb Deep or nothing like that. He was the rapper, Tim was the producer. Timbaland's a worse rapper than Magoo. So let's just go that right now. And Tim will tell you that. I just thought that the verse that they gave was not the verse to put up to say that somebody had the worst verse of all time. And it's very easy for people to create memes and stuff. And it's even easier for people to see memes and roll with it. And that's what irritated me about that post. First of all, I think that the verse is not a bad verse at all. It is not the worst verse. And just because he said the bird is the word at the end, that doesn't mean that the verse was nullified from there.
yeah.
But I got vilified by folks by bringing up that the verse wasn't bad and breaking it down. And as you know, I don't really debate no more. And I wasn't really debating then. I won't say that I was stating facts. Because at the end of the day, my opinion is my opinion and others are others. But I do believe that narratives are made around people and people run with narratives because it is lazy and easy to do.
Yeah. And hold on, real quick. While I'm searching it in the group right now, I posted about this twice. According to the blog that actually did this was According to Hip Hop.
Yep.
And on April 28th, 2022, they put, according to you, the people, Magoo's verse on Love to Love You is the worst rap verse
And
you've
it's
ever heard in
not.
hip hop. And then on July 11th this year, so last month, so it was a month ago, bang, not a couple weeks, about a month ago,
Okay.
they had put, according to Hip Hop again, they made a post that said, and my reaction from last year was, this is cap. This verse was fire, and Magoo was not that trash. That's what I said. And then I said on the post from last month, I said the verse was fire. And the post was Magoo's Love to Love You verse was always a topic of conversation.
And that verse is and that verse is not it's not the worst in hip hop history.
At
It
all.
is so many verses in hip hop
I've
in
heard
the
very
history of hip
bad
hop.
verses.
We've heard way worse than what we heard in Loves to Love You, which is not a bad verse at all. A very enjoyable song.
Absolutely.
By the way, that ain't the worst verse that anybody has heard in hip hop history. And that's why I say narratives
Mm-hmm.
and memes make it lazy for people and easy to have dumbass takes. And I think that's a dumbass take.
Mm-hmm.
Loves to Love You is not the worst verse in hip hop history. Half of the niggas who hate that verse probably wrote something that was worse than that song.
Yeah.
Afro Man, Because of Got High, is way worse
Oh yeah.
than that joint right there. And it was nominated for a damn Grammy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that, this goes to what I was talking about last week when I was saying our conversations around hip hop need to improve. This is one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I think we put too much feeling in some of these debates in this conversation. I think that we tend to become holier than thou
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to rap. And I think that the conversation around Magoo is one of those major examples of people being holier than thou when it comes to rap
Mm-hmm.
and the art form. There's nowhere in the world that Magoo Loves to Love You is the worst verse in hip hop when Timbaland is on the same track. Just right there alone
Mm-hmm.
is that. But the other thing that irritated me is I started seeing people say that all of a sudden folks have become fans of Magoo when y'all found out he dead.
Why do people do that, yo?
I
Why do people do? I hate that. That got to be the most irritating thing somebody on social media can do when somebody passes away, and then people send their condolences and prayers out into the world for somebody that passes away. That and y'all do that. That shit is horrible, man. That is
it's
horrible.
I don't get it because while I might not been the biggest Magoo fan, I did have the Timbaland and Magoo album. I did listen to a lot of Magoo through Timbaland, Missy. I'm not the card carrying member of the fan club though, but there's a certain thing called respect.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain thing called respect when people die. Whether you were a big fan of them or not, it's called respect.
Mm-hmm.
And the man was only 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He was 50 years old. Don't know how he died. But I'm gonna pay my respects to somebody that I feel like in some way, shape, or form moved the culture.
Mm-hmm.
He might not have moved it nationally, but I know a lot of people from Virginia and they respect that man. No, my girl Keena said that, he was one of the nicest people that you can meet.
Mm-hmm.
And between Timbaland, Magoo, Aaliyah, even though she's not from VA, Missy, Genuine, even though he's not from VA, going to Devontae Swing, Teddy Riley, the Neptunes,
Mm-hmm.
shit, Chris Brown. I mean, VA moved the culture. You might not talk about VA like you talk about New York, Atlanta, Chicago, Houston, but VA moved the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And for somebody like Magoo, who was part of that, you have to pay that respect. You don't have to say that this man was the greatest of all time. No. But the fact that this man lost his life at such a young age, at being 50, now I can say that because I'm 41. But losing his life at the age of 50, you have to pay, you can pay respects to that man. And we should be able to pay respects to people without other people downing those people for paying respects to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where did we get at in the world to where somebody say, damn, rest in peace? And then you say, man, you talking all that rest in peace stuff and you wasn't even a fan. Like, that right there to me is, I won't go as far as saying childish, but I will say that that's disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's one thing that I've learned over my years, especially these last 15 years. People be fans of people, places, and things, and you don't even know it because they don't talk about it, or because that's not the popular thing to talk about. They don't talk about it, and they join into the fun. I guarantee you, Magoo, Timbaland Magoo, that album is some people's guilty pleasure album.
Oh, yeah. And I had to read when that album came out. I think that album came out like 97, 96, 97, their first album. But I didn't revisit that until later. They had some joints on there, fam. All right. Even if you didn't like much of the album, bro, just Up Jumps the Boogie and Loves to Love You, bro. Those were two fire records that was in rotation for a few years, G.
Yeah.
You couldn't turn on MTV or BET and not see one of those videos playing at all. And Up Jumps the Boogie, that was like the start of like the whole Missy Elliott, Aaliyah, Timbaland, like that movement that they had, Genuine, that whole movement, bro, that they had going, bro. That was the start of that. That was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Fam. Like,
so
can't erase Magoo out of the hip hop history, G.
So I'm gonna get so I'm gonna get that man respect just off of the VA love alone.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna sit up and say that they had it on lock or stuff like that. Yeah. What I'm gonna say is that VA pushed the culture. Magoo was a part of that. I'm gonna pay that man some respects. And if anybody try to clown me or others because they giving Magoo some respect, man, at a certain point, you got to look at yourself and ask why you mad at somebody, or you trying to make a point about somebody because they paying respects to somebody that they clearly respect. But, man, shouts out to Magoo. Rest in peace. I do love the Loves to Love You verse. I love that song. I like the Beat Me 911 verse. And I like a couple of verses off of that Timbaland and Magoo album.
Yep.
I'm not going to put them in my top 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. But if a song of theirs comes on, I'm probably not turning it off.
It's a bop.
Because it's a bop.
Magoo was on some bops, goddammit.
It was
what
fun.
Y'all talk about, G?
Right. It was a bop. It was fun.
Absolutely.
And enjoyable to listen to. And for all of y'all extra hip hop heads, fam, have fucking fun. Please do. Have fucking fun. For the love of God, everything ain't gotta be big words, earth words, stuff in the sky, and 15 words that you learned from the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Have fun, for God's sakes. I don't think Magoo even wrote a verse that made you want to go that he's the best in the world.
I don't think that's what he was
best
aiming
lyricist.
for.
No.
When you go back and look and do your homework on Magoo, fam, and you listen to his rap style, the cadence, and you know what I'm saying, delivery flow, bro, he was never that guy, bro. Right. It was all him and Timbaland made fun songs.
Have fun.
They made fun videos.
Have fun. Have fun.
They had fun.
You're not gonna have fun talking about exquisite rhymes, livid, vivid, the sky's purple. You were lame like Urkel. The sun, moon, and the stars. I got battle rap scars. And all of this shit that y'all be talking about. In them, I want to be extra hip hop songs. No, have fun. Dance, groove, snap your fingers, do a 2-step.
Yeah,
something. That's what Timbaland and Magoo gave you. I love AZ. AZ makes me dance for Sugar Hill, and that's barely because I don't listen to Sugar Hill and be like, yo, this is a fun rap song. It's a song about drugs in the most smoothest way. I'm going to bob my head, but I'm not going to have fun to that song. Have fun.
Yeah.
I really would love, you know what, question of the day, Mike. 20 minutes in. Question of the day. What's a fun song for an ultra hip hop head? You know, those hip hop fans who disrespect anything that goes on unless it doesn't have about 15 words from an encyclopedia, some space references, and some other stuff in it. What's a fun song to y'all?
Anything Kendrick Lamar, probably. Anything off To Pimp a Butterfly.
Like, let me know what KRS-One song that you're actually dancing with a woman. Like, is it Step Into a World? No diss to KRS-One.
Yeah.
But what song are you dancing with a woman to? Ultra hip hop head.
And I ain't even gonna play around with Kendrick Lamar like that because Kendrick Lamar got joints where he's spitting on, and they fun records, like good records.
Yes,
so
he does.
I ain't even gonna go there, like, but yeah, I get the whole point of the question, and yeah, like, what y'all listening to, bro? Hip hop heads, encyclopedia heads. What's the joint that y'all like? Yeah, that y'all fist pumping and you know.
When you see the girl, you like, oh,
the one. What's that? Hold me up.
Right.
Hold me up. That nigga spitting.
Right.
That nigga spitting.
What is that song, Ultra Hip Hop heads? Let us know. What song that y'all see a woman and y'all dancing to? Or are y'all just in the circle rapping?
Hilarious.
Are y'all just in the circle rapping?
Yeah.
Let me freestyle to this beat.
They at the party. They having a freestyle battle at the party.
Right. While we're having fun, y'all in the circle.
Yeah.
With musty niggas.
Hilarious.
Rapping. I'm over there.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have fun at both. Mm-hmm. I just want to know what y'all grooving to over there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, man, you know, Hip Hop 50, Nas threw a big ass concert at Yankee Stadium. Did you watch that?
I missed the live. I missed it. Can I go back and rewatch this? I need to.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Is it so Nas do this?
Yeah, Nas and Mass Appeal.
This is Mass Appeal.
Yeah, Nas and Mass Appeal. You know he owns Mass Appeal.
Yeah. It's his label. Okay.
But they threw a big concert.
Okay.
Shit, it was a lot of people.
I saw the lineup. But I didn't see that it was a Nas production.
Run DMC in their final performance.
Okay.
Which is wild, saying that Run DMC is not gonna perform anymore.
Interesting.
Damn, that is wild, but you know, Run DMC closed it out. They had DJ sets from Manny Fresh, Marley Marl. They had a Pillars of Hip Hop set. One thing that I learned throughout this is that it was about the party. Mm-hmm. You know, I felt like I was educated a little bit. It was about the party that reportedly, allegedly started hip hop. While Kool Herc threw the party, it was a Kool Herc party, but it was Cindy Campbell's party.
Okay.
Kool Herc was the DJ. So that was interesting to learn, like, whose party was it? You know, but Melly Mel, Sugar Hill Gang, Scorpio, Roxanne Shante, they were all on stage performing. Fat Joe with no shirt, Common, T.I., Ghostface.
Hey, you can't tell Fat Joe nothing, all right? Because if you go back to 1995, 96, if you saw Fat Joe then, you can see him now. Hey, dog, do your thing.
Yeah, I feel him. You know what I'm saying? So Lupe Fiasco, Slick Rick, EPMD was on stage. Lil Kim, Remy Ma, Trina, Snoop, Lil Wayne, Ice Cube, Run DMC, closed it out. Oh, and Nas with featuring Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill did a Lauryn Hill band is cold.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say this.
I saw a little clip of them on stage.
Her band is fire, fam. Let me say that.
Would you go to a Lauryn Hill show?
I've been. I was on the cruise when I was on the Tom Turner cruise.
I don't mean that. I mean, like, would you go to a Lauryn Hill concert?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I would.
You'll wait till 2.5 hours.
Well, now knowing, now having an idea of why she be late sometimes.
Okay.
I get it.
All right.
Just get in your mood earlier, fam, when it's time for you to come on. But one of the things that came out after this was Uncle Luke. Luke Campbell, Luke Skywalker, had some things to say about the hip hop celebration.
In general, or this show in particular?
It seems like in general.
Okay.
I'll just read the tweet that he put out on the 13th that morning. He said, hip hop fans from Florida, don't be upset that they don't recognize your favorite Floridian artist as a part of Hip Hop 50 celebrations. This industry has never considered us as hip hop. From the time I started hip hop in the South, you can only imagine the names they called us. Country, booty, music, trash music. I could go on and on, the disrespect towards Florida hip hop. Still to this day, we fight for our respect, and you have stood behind us every step of the way. We will continue fighting. There will be a day this year where we come together to celebrate Florida hip hop artists from the top to the top of the state to the bottom. We love you. Thank you for your support. FLA hip hop all day.
Floridian? Is that what they say for Florida artists?
Yeah, Floridian, Florida, just
Floridian?
Floridian.
No, Floridian. So Rick Ross is a Floridian artist. I would never say that. That just don't sound right coming out.
From Florida, yeah.
Floridian.
I mean, it's just like Chicagoan, fam. Floridian, Chicago.
I think Chicagoan is a little different than Floridian.
I mean, they just encompass, and they're not gonna say Miamian, fam. Or
it just don't feel. I just say you.
It's not gonna feel right to you because you're from Chicago, fam.
I'm a Miamian.
You're a Maywoodian, fam. Like you're a Maywoodian.
They should put the "in" on the end of a lot of those cities.
I mean, it's a way for people to encompass everybody. Fam. But
yeah.
Do you feel like Luke is right?
In a sense. So when we look at the main hip hop celebrations that we've seen so far this year, we had the Grammys. Did we see Luke? Did we see anything from Miami at the Grammys?
I thought Uncle Luke was at the Grammys.
He was at the Grammys, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know he's at the BET Award.
So we got a BET one, but did we get something? I feel like we did get something at the Grammys for
Nah, he didn't. We didn't.
All right. And so we got the BET Awards. He was at the BET Awards. We still got the Hip Hop Awards. The Hip Hop Awards, they still got a chance to do it. I mean, the year's not over yet, Uncle Luke. But I mean, it's easy to say that. But I mean, when you look at everybody's celebration, so you just kind of take a look at it. So on Nas's one, who we got on there? You got Trina. Trina represents Miami. So hey, you got that right there. So I don't know. It's hard to say, bro, because if he feels that way, then you got a lot of other people who could feel that way as well, bro. You could feel like New Orleans ain't really getting enough love.
But Wayne been on everything.
But when you really look at New Orleans, when you look at a New Orleans celebration, when you want to get something like a no limit cash money type of celebration.
Yeah, but that
when you look at West Coast, when you want to get like a death row.
Okay, so that's my challenge to platforms.
Yeah.
That's part of my challenge to platforms about making sure that everybody is celebrating in hip hop. But the thing is, it's impossible to do it because somebody's gonna feel slighted.
If any way Nas could have pulled that off, like say for instance, we just put that we'll just use that festival as an example because he responded Uncle Luke put out the statement after that festival was over, and Snoop Dogg was on it, and Snoop Dogg responded to Luke saying, "Yo, we're gonna do something, but you have to do something like maybe 2 nights. Have a 2-day festival."
But no. Even if you do 2 days, Mike, it's impossible because of egos.
Still impossible because you
It's
don't
still
get
impossible
the main.
because of egos.
You don't get the main motherfuckers. You gonna get Trick and Rick Ross out there?
Well, nah, it's also schedules. It's egos and schedules because you don't know what people's schedules is like.
True.
And shit. Do I think Luke should have had some representation on there? My bad with the mic. Do I think Luke should have had some representation on that? Yeah. Mainly because of one thing and one thing only. To me, if there's very few people that really push the culture, he on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Like Luke damn near went to jail for being able to rap and say what you want.
Mm-hmm.
He took a L for the culture. Luke deserves to be anywhere somebody's doing hip hop 50. We need to be hearing Doodle Brown and Pop That Coochie
on every hip hop celebration. I agree.
On every hip hop celebration,
even if it's just that. If all we get is I wanna rock. If that's all we get, bro.
That's all we get. Fuck it. The ultra hip hop heads is not gonna like me here saying that. But Luke deserves that because of what he's done for the culture. That he went to the Supreme Court, Jack. You can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah.
But it is impossible to do that on every platform. I think Nas and Mass Appeal did it the best way that they could. Run DMC is probably the group that we're not talking right now about hip hop without Run DMC. Mm-hmm. They really mainstreamed this and got us to a level to where we at right now. Snoop West Coast, Lil Wayne South, Ice Cube West Coast, Eve Philly, Lil Kim, Remy Ma, New York, Trina, Florida, T.I. Atlanta, Fat Joe the Bronx, Common, Chicago, ASAP Ferg, Harlem, EPMD, New York, Ghostface, Long Island, Lupe, The Crib, Slick Rick, New York by way of London. Mm-hmm. Everybody was represented except for Houston.
Yeah. No.
If we want to nitpick this lineup.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could do so
Houston
much.
Houston ain't represented.
You could do so much nitpicking.
Yeah.
And Atlanta can have a case too because why you only got Tip on here.
Right.
Like what we doing? But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to just we not. That's why I asked that question. Was Uncle Luke upset about just the celebrations in general, or was it in response to this?
No, I think no. Festival? I think it's bigger than that when it comes to Luke. I think he was talking about New York.
Okay.
When he had that when he said what he said right there, he was talking about New York. And New York we didn't call when we called Florida music, when we called Luke music booty music, that was a compliment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here, we heard Doodle Brown, Pop That Coochie, Me So Horny.
Yeah.
And was like, yo, these are some fun songs and we love the videos. Now, to say that Magoo had the worst verse in hip hop and not look at any of the verses from them niggas from 2 Live Crew is beyond me. This is why I say memes, narratives.
Yeah.
Cause ain't none of them verses better than Loves to Love You.
Look, 2 Live Crew make Magoo look like motherfucking Nas on Illmatic in this bitch, bro.
But it's different verses for different things. Yeah. They all have to say this. I think that's Luke taking a shot at New York. I think he looks at some of these 50-year celebrations and feel like they're a little bit New York heavy.
Oh, that definitely New
And
York heavy.
I mean, it started there.
Summer Jam did a hip hop tribute too, I believe, and I think it was New York heavy on that as well.
It's always, but they're a New York radio station.
Yeah,
They're supposed to be New York heavy.
So who's
Hot 90s? Wait a minute. If your radio station in your city does a concert and they do a 50-year hip hop tribute, if they bring somebody outside of New York, of Atlanta, of Chicago, of Boston, of wherever, and they bring somebody outside of that city or that state into that set, they're doing them a favor.
Mm-hmm.
If Hot 97 does a 50-year hip-hop tribute, which they did, it should feature all of 5 boroughs and anywhere else in New York.
I'm looking at they did one in June too, but
yeah, they Summer Jam was in June.
No, this not even a Summer Jam. This is something else at Madison Square Garden. I guess this went down. It had Wu-Tang Clan, Mary J. Blige, EPMD, Tyrese, and Sean Paul, with special guest Mariah Carey, Maxwell, and curated by Funk Flex. What the hell kind of festival is that? I'm trying to find the Summer Jam lineup though. I wanted to see something real quick, I just wanted to get an idea of exactly what they did for Summer Jam because I didn't watch it. I just know Cardi B headline, but yeah,
they celebrated 50 years of hip hop with the Locks.
Oh yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, I mean that's cool. But like you said though, it's
New York. It's a New York radio station.
Yeah.
What you expect? And we bring somebody else's because we respect that person. That's it.
My question to you, Bang, is who does the neutral festival with everybody?
There's no such thing. There would never be a such thing as a neutral.
Who has it? Why haven't we got this?
Because it's not gonna happen.
We knew Hip Hop 50 was coming, so why did nobody plan this?
It was never gonna happen in the first place.
Somebody should have planned this shit.
No, it's schedules and egos.
When you start planning 365 days
ago. Everybody can say all that shit if you want to, but if you never plan to put on the event, honestly, shut the fuck up. I'm not even gonna front. That is as hard as I'm gonna get. I've put together and I've helped put together events. Look, if you ain't never did that, man, honestly, the shit is hard, fam. The shit is hard. Y'all motherfuckers be on this goddamn on y'all platforms and being like, why was it such and such cold? And 9 times out of 10, they were called. It's just that you finally seen that shit and you like, damn, I should have been on there. And now you get on Twitter and Instagram talking and shit, and they probably did reach out to your ass. Or they might have reached out to everybody there who they thought to think out. But I'm sorry. Here's the thing. I love Luke. We don't think, even with some of your bigger rappers, we're not classifying them as Florida rappers.
Yeah.
Look, I love Rick Ross. I forget sometimes Rick Ross is from Florida by way of Mississippi. Mm-hmm. And I am not sitting through a Trina and Trick Daddy tribute.
Wait. What you mean?
I'm not sitting, like I just said.
Trick Daddy and Trina got enough for a 30-minute set. That's fine.
I didn't say they didn't have it. I said I'm not sitting through it.
Why?
Because I'm not the biggest fans of their music.
Jesus.
I'm not shitting on them like folks shitted on Magoo. I'm just saying I'm not the biggest fan of their music outside of Nan and a couple of like Trick Daddy songs that like anthems. But other than that, I'm good. Like I'm straight. But to I guess to Luke's point, when we start talking about hip hop and regions, we always gonna talk about New York. That's the Mecca. We're gonna talk about LA. We're from Chicago, so we're gonna talk about Chicago. We're gonna talk about Houston. We're gonna talk about New Orleans. We're gonna talk about Atlanta because Atlanta's the Mecca now. We're gonna talk about all of those cities.
Gotta talk about St. Louis too.
We're gonna talk about all of those cities before we get to Florida. We are. I mean, except for St. Louis.
That's just hard truth, huh?
But that's just hard truth. And we're going to think of all of those cities before we be like Florida.
Damn.
Now, here's how I feel like this was schedules crossed. Because it's Nas, and I don't think Nas is not going to have Rick Ross on there. Or he's not going to have DJ Khaled on there. Yeah. On that. Yeah. When he's worked with both of them. Mm-hmm. Shit, DJ Khaled yelled for about 4 months. Did the Nas vocals come on there? Nas album done. Did the Nas vocals come
in? And I don't think we ever got that album either.
No, we didn't get a DJ Khaled Nas album.
No. I don't think he was saying it like a DJ Khaled Nas album was.
Oh, done. We got the vocals.
He got the vocals, but I remember Nas put out a song that was called, the song on the album was called Nas Album Is Done.
Yeah, that's that. He was talking about his album done.
Yeah, but that was when we was waiting on the Nas album. I was just making a point that we never actually got the Nas album. That
but
go ahead.
But I asked DJ Khaled myself. Hey, the Nas vocals come in yet? He was like, "You funny, but actually, yeah, and it's fire." Like, I don't think Khaled's from Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
Rick Ross is from Florida. I think Luke
just wanted to be on that, bro. That's
Luke wanted to be involved, not Florida hip hop.
Luke don't care about that. Luke just wanted to make sure.
Luke wanted to be right. Luke wanted to walk. Yeah, Luke wanted to walk out there. I wanna rock, yeah. Hey. Girls around and popping their. That's what Luke wanted.
We got the Hip Hop Awards. Luke, please, Hip Hop Awards, reach out.
But we got it at the BET Awards.
We need it again.
I mean, he needs it again. I don't think we need it again. I think we need to look. I'm gonna stand on it. I think we need to spotlight more than what we've been spotlighting.
I agree.
But and that I'll agree with that to Luke's point, because there are others in these spots that should be celebrated. And to your point, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that it's hard to do. It is hard to put together a celebration. That's why it is very important for regions to have their own 50th anniversary celebrations. Atlanta had theirs the other day, I think, with the city. New York with the Nas thing. Everybody, look, put a bow on this shit, fam. On August 11th, 1973, if your city or if somebody that's in your city didn't put together a 50th hip hop celebration event, you failed.
And Chicago had it on Hyde Park Fest. They had a set.
No, Mike. If you did not have a hip hop event on August 11th, 2023,
Chicago,
to represent 50 years of hip hop, you failed. I don't give a fuck who did what, Mike, here. I'm talking about everybody. One more time. If you did not have a 50th year celebration of hip hop event on August 11th, 1973,
that would have been so fire, fam.
You failed. See that you thought that would have been. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about just here.
No. I'm saying. If that
LA should have had one.
That's what I'm saying. Every major city,
major city and region. So that way, everybody is celebrated. Florida should have had some shit in Miami on August 11th. LA, August 11th. New York, August 11th. Chicago, August 11th. And it was on a Friday.
Damn, we dropped the ball, bro.
It's on a Friday.
Damn.
It's on a Friday. You could add a whole, if you want, you could add a whole weekend event. All that. But on August 11th, if your city didn't have a hip hop event to celebrate 50 years, you failed. So if you come out and you say, well, ain't nobody celebrating us, that's on y'all. That's on y'all. That should have happened. Common shouldn't have to go to New York.
Man.
He should have did some shit here. Lupe shouldn't have to go to New York. She did some shit here. Twister. All them niggas. LA. That's why, and I'm not saying that those people I named don't fuck with the culture. But that's why I be saying what I be saying, man, niggas don't really fuck with the culture, fam. They fuck with rap. Mm-hmm. And rap is a part of the culture, but they don't fuck with the culture. Because graffiti should have been represented. Breakdancing should have been represented. DJing is going to be represented. And rapping. And then you got knowledge. Every market should have had something. I don't give a damn if it was Boise fucking Idaho. If you got a scene, it should have been represented on August 11th, or at least between August 11th and August 13th. Mm-hmm. That should have been represented. This culture's put so many people on, so much money in people's pockets, giving people jobs, homes, a life. And it should have been represented on August 11th. Now, Hip Hop History Month is in November. There's still time.
Redemption.
There's still time, y'all. In the month of November, it's Hip Hop History Month. Do something. Don't just wait on the beat. And that's what I also hate about this culture. Niggas want to wait for somebody. No. You feel like Florida needs to be put on the pedestal? Put together some shit. One of the things that I was going to talk about, Mike, on the show today is that, like, I've seen more festivals than I've seen concerts and tours from niggas.
Yeah.
Every day is a goddamn festival now.
Yeah.
I've seen so many random ass festivals.
Look, festival season is in, bro, especially during the summertime.
Yeah, festival season.
You're going to get a festival in the summer, goddamn. It don't matter what it is.
But no, it's different now. Like, all of a sudden, you see all of these festivals and these names, and you're like, when the fuck did this festival come? Where it come from?
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. We just need to do the Some Dude Festival.
Hey, we can make one.
And just have some rappers hosted by some dude.
Yeah.
And some singers.
Look at that.
Hosted by some dude. Like, we just have a graphic. You know, we can have a graphic made that says the Some Dude Festival. Yeah. Hosted by some dude, featuring some rappers and some singers.
Some rappers and some singers.
Some sponsored by some sponsors.
With a set by DJ.
By some DJs.
By some DJs.
Have Sparks make that graphic.
Yeah.
Have Sparks make that graphic, fam. The Some Dude Festival, hosted by some dude, with some rappers, some singers, sets by some DJs, and sponsored by some sponsors on some date. Because every time I turn around, like, everybody got a festival.
That shit is funny.
Like, yo, when did you get a festival, fam? Like, when? Like, it almost get to the point where if you're not Beyonce and you're not Drake, just get on the festival. Damn. That's it now. Like, damn, I can't do what I want to do and go on this tour. So why not just do a festival and have people come perform, and then I'll be the headliner. Memphis too. My bad, Memphis. You talk about Memphis before you talk about Florida now.
Yeah.
But Memphis, if you didn't do nothing on August 11th,
it's crazy out here.
Like, Yo Gotti should have had like the Yo Gotti 50th anniversary celebration, or 3-6 Mafia. I don't know. No.
Oh, excuse me.
But it's just encompassing all Tennessee. I don't know. But it should have happened, Mike.
Yeah.
I think we dropping the ball, or we did drop the ball by that not happening. Speaking of, here's one of those lists that people mad at. And I'm gonna say this right now, y'all. If you're not from New York, you should not be mad at this.
I'm about to say, what list is out right now? What we mad about now?
Let me say this. If you're from New York and you mad at this list, you doing too much. This list ain't got nothing to do with Chicago, LA, Florida, Memphis, Houston. I think I said Atlanta. This ain't got nothing to do with Canada, Mexico. This has everything to do with New York. Complex Magazine released a list of the 50th best rappers in New York history.
Let's talk about it.
I think we could guess number one.
Hey, I'm looking at the list. I see number 50. I'm crying.
Number one is Jay-Z.
I'm crying at number 50.
Followed by Biggie at number 2.
Okay.
Nas at number 3. So Jay-Z was right. People argue all day about who's the best MCs. Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. 4, Rakim. 5, LL Cool J. Number 6, 50 Cent. Number 7, Nicki Minaj. 8, DMX. 9, Busta Rhymes, and KRS-One rounds out the top 10. You got in at number 11, along with Lil Kim and Ghostface at 12 and 13. So that means Ghostface is the best rapper in Wu-Tang. At least I've always felt like that. Mm-hmm. But that's another conversation in there. MF Doom, even though he wasn't born in New York, he grew up in Long Island.
That is an interesting placement for MF Doom. Rest in peace, MF Doom.
Hey,
very interesting.
Super Hip Hop Heads Unite. 15, Big Pun. 16, Jadakiss. 17, Cameron. Number 18, Mos Def, Yasin Bey. Number 19, Big Daddy Kane. And 20, Slick Rick. 21, Method Man. 22, Chuck D. Run from Run DMC. 23, Q-Tip number 24. And Cardi B is in the top 25. Now, before I keep going.
This list funny.
I don't want to disrespect Cardi B.
Yo, this list funny.
I don't want to disrespect Cardi B.
I love Cardi.
I love Cardi B. But I think Cardi B would even laugh when she's 25 and Raekwon 26.
Nigga, that shit funny. Nigga, look who number 27.
Pop Smoke 27.
Crying.
I don't think Pop, all respect due to Pop Smoke, I don't think he was around long enough.
This nigga, they got Mace at 28.
Mace 28. Big L is 29, y'all.
This is a funny list right here.
Cool G Rap, was probably at one point the greatest rapper in the world.
Yeah.
If without Cool G Rap, there's no Nas. They got him at 30. Cardi B, 25. Fat Joe, 31. Fabulous, 32. Jizza, 33. Foxy Brown, 34. Old Dirty Bastard, 35. Kool Keith, 30. If y'all don't know about Kool Keith, just go do your homework. Do your Google. Kool Keith is a very interesting cat. Ja Rule, 37. MC Light at 38. Noriega at 39. Kool Mo D at 40. Now, starting with Kool Mo D, this is your top. This is your 40 to 50. Complex. 40 is Kool Mo D. 41, ASAP Rocky. 42, Sean Price. 43, Melly Mel. 44, Grand Poobah. 45 is Jim Jones. 46 is Styles P.
Yo, that shit funny.
I like Jim Jones. Jim Jones is not a better rapper than Styles P.
Yeah, this funny.
Number 47 is Biz Markie.
This is a funny list.
Number 48 is Diddy.
Take that.
Number 49 is Pharoah Monch. And 50 is Ice Spice.
Hey,
I'm
New
not
York.
from New
Hey,
York.
New York. Hey, New York. Y'all have at that shit, G. Tag me in any arguments from New York people arguing about this list because I want to laugh.
I just want to see New York niggas argue about this list.
This is easily the funny. This is like one of the funniest lists I've seen in a while.
I just want to see New York niggas.
Yeah.
I just want
tag
to see
me in any
niggas.
arguments. When you find the arguments about, I'm surprised I haven't seen anybody talking about this list. Like I've seen people talk about like the top 5, but I haven't seen enough.
I have. Diddy and Ice Spice is on this list. I, for one, just want to be involved with any arguments or just want to see any arguments.
Watch and yeah.
No, I got questions here. I have questions here. Is this New York City or New York State? Because if this is New York State, and I didn't read the article to see if it. Let me see if they mentioned.
Don't you got to put the Griselda niggas on this list?
Wait, that's what I'm saying. It's New York impact. So I think it's implied in the right. But this is New York, not New York State. It's New York City. So it's all of the boroughs in New York. But yeah, B-Dot, there's a big concert in October. But again, hey, look, somebody should have had something on August 11th. But there's need to hit on that. This is okay. I'm just gonna about
hey, Bang,
one name that I felt like
unplug. Bang, can you hear me? Unplug your mic and try to plug it back in. I don't know. You kind of going in and out. Like I don't know. A lot of static. Let's see. See if you good. I can't hear you, Bang.
I had to unmute.
You good.
Havoc's not on this list.
Yeah.
Havoc's a better rapper than Diddy. Havoc is a better rapper than Ice
Now,
Spice.
for what it's worth, Diddy deserve to be on this list, but yeah.
No, it does not. No,
Diddy don't deserve to be on this list? No. I disagree. But you can put other niggas on this list and take other motherfuckers off. But Diddy belong on here.
No, Diddy does not belong.
Diddy didn't put out enough material.
That doesn't mean just because you put out material, that don't mean you belong on the list.
I've heard worse rappers than Diddy. Diddy ain't no bad. Diddy is not a bad
rapper. I didn't say fam. Havoc.
I hear you though. I hear what you're saying.
Nope. Look, we put Diddy on the list because it's Diddy. We said the best.
Hey, did AZ make the list?
I was going there. I'm just naming names. But Havoc is a better rapper than Ice Spice. He's a better rapper than Diddy. AZ is a better rapper than half of this list. And he ain't on that. I don't know why. He ain't on that. And that's confusing to me. But I ain't from New York. Skyzoo is not on this list. Rock Marciano is not on this list. There's probably others that if I just sat and think, there are some of the people on this list. Like, where's Black Rob? Where's Lloyd Banks?
Ooh, Lloyd Banks.
Where's Fife?
Damn. Damn.
The man gets on my nerves.
Damn.
Where's Swalib Kweli?
Damn.
Where's Inspector Deck?
Ooh, we complex.
Where's Joel Santana?
No Jewels, no Bleak. Where Bleak at, bro? Stop playing with Bleak name like that, fam.
They put Run but didn't put DMC.
That's funny too, bro.
Where's Buckshot?
This is a funny list.
Where's Joey Badass? Where's Sheik? They put 2 out of 3 members of the Locks.
Man.
So when I'm not from New York, but if I were to just think about, if I just were to give you 5 rappers that are not on that list, that shocks and surprised me, and I don't see AZ, Inspector Deck, Lloyd Banks, Fife, and let's just say Remy. Those 5.
Excuse me.
When you hear what I said earlier about celebrating people, that's why it's impossible to celebrate.
Because niggas, somebody gonna get left off.
There's a whole fucking list of people that just got left off, but Ice Spice is 50 and Diddy 48. So when you say Diddy belong in the list, no.
I mean,
Diddy,
Diddy at 50. They put all the rest of some other niggas at it.
If this was an executive list, Diddy's number 1. At least number 2. He's no further than number 2 with Russell Simmons being number 1.
Diddy got one of the most coldest hip hop verses ever. Jesus, the sun don't shine forever. I don't care who wrote it. He spit it though.
But that's 1, and it doesn't equal. Look,
if
I would have look,
we gotta put respect on Diddy name.
If we're removing Diddy and Ice Spice from this,
we're not removing Diddy from the list.
He gotta go, Mike. He gotta go, Mike. He gotta go.
We can't do it.
So Lloyd Banks, Diddy a better rapper than Lloyd Banks?
No.
Diddy a better rapper than Black Rob? Diddy a better rapper than AZ?
No.
Diddy a better rapper than Buckshot? Diddy a better rapper than Inspector Deck?
I get it. But we ain't just we know that this list ain't just based off.
Diddy looked at man. Yes, it is based. I mean, of course. Wait a minute.
Is it just based off rap?
Of course, it's not based off of just rap skills.
Yeah.
We know that. Yeah. We know that.
But everybody that you didn't name belongs on this list, though.
What I'm saying is even Diddy will be like, "Hey, man, you know what? I get it, and I fuck with it, and I don't think I'm the 48th best rapper. I think I should be on the list. But if you take me off, these niggas should be on there." And he's gonna name every nigga that I named. He might. But
I honestly feel like Diddy go say he need to be on that list somewhere. I don't know. That's just the Diddy I know.
But that's the ego. That's the ego of Diddy that we'll never let go. Diddy is the Deion Sanders of rap.
But I don't disagree with him though, because Diddy got bars.
But the main reason why you're not gonna disagree is the same reason you could barely name a rapper that wasn't popular last week, Mike. Because that nigga's a popular nigga in hip hop.
Yeah.
But AZ, I can tell you right now, AZ, Lloyd Banks, Joel Santana, Fife, Remy Ma, all deserve to be on that list before Diddy and Ice Spice. Diddy, executive list, he's top 5, and he ain't 5. But they said rappers, Jack, New York rappers, Pop Smoke don't belong on that list because he wasn't around long enough.
Bro, look where they got Pop Smoke at on this list, bro.
He had 27.
That is crazy.
Ice Spice is 50. Diddy is 48, fam. Jim Jones is 40. And I guarantee they put Jim Jones on that list. Just so Jim Jones won't say, just because Pusha won't say some shit. Oh boy. I'm not from New York, so I don't feel a way about this list like New Yorkers would. And I do believe that if you're not from New York, you shouldn't have that thing. If Common would have did top 50 Chicago rappers, New York ain't gonna give a damn about that list. See, that's what I love about New York and hate about everybody else. Because if I see Chicago people arguing about a New York list, I'm just gonna be sitting there like, y'all know you ain't from there, right? And you know New York people ain't gonna be mad at the Chicago list. Cause 9 times out of 10, they gonna put the same top 5 as the same top 5. Kanye, Common, Lupe, Twista. But my man, Ice Spice being top 50 and AZ not being in the top 50 list is beyond me. But that's for New Yorkers. It's for the tri-state to argue about.
Oh, wait, the dude that produces Ice Spice's music, that's DJ Enough's son?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And here's the thing. That don't mean shit.
Nah, no, that was just a fun
I know B-Dot. I mean, yeah, but I mean, and no disrespect to B-Dot. What I'm saying is being involved in radio, you'd be surprised how many sons is producing for people that just don't get radio play. It'd be funny, like, yo, you see mad people producing for people.
Yeah.
It's just that they see something in Ice Spice outside of that. But, like, for real, like, and here's the thing. I will never do a top 50 Chicago list. I love my life. I love my life. And I'm not saying that I'll get shot. What I'm saying is I don't need the stress.
You won't hear the last of that shit.
You would never hear J.R. Bang
but
being involved.
You'll get called every hater.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see true colors in motherfuckers.
Yeah.
If you was to make a list about Chicago.
Nah, Jack. Nope. I won't. Hey, JR, can you be? No. I don't give a damn if it's a secret ballot. I am not. I will not be involved with any top 50 of anything Chicago, and I'm from Chicago. Because that's stress, that's unwanted stress. I don't want that for my life, Mike. I want to live free. All right? I want to go to an event and be like, yo, babe. Oh, so I'm not, such and such better than me?
Yeah. You ain't gonna have that, baby. Not in Chicago.
Look, man, people still don't know I'm back at home. People still don't know that I live in Chicago.
Yeah.
Let me do a top 50 list. They gonna find out where I live at.
Yeah.
No, all of a sudden it's, you been back and you ain't been. Nah, no, Have at it though. Have at it. Y'all do y'all 50 greatest rappers in the Chicago list complex. Y'all have at it. We'll talk about it on here. We might have a debate. But nah, Jack. I don't want no parts. Because that's too stressful. You know, you have some young nigga you ain't even never heard of a day in your life. Be like, yo, why I'm not?
Why didn't make it?
Why ain't make list? I don't know why. I don't know. I just think these people better than you, fam.
But complex, that's a very complex list right there.
Very.
Man, that's easily one of the funniest lists I've seen in a long time.
I wonder if New York really mad.
That's what I said, bro. I haven't seen much commotion about this. Maybe I need to go back on Twitter. They talking about it on Twitter. I follow a lot of New York niggas on Twitter. I haven't seen niggas getting upset about this. Riled up, bro. Like,
yeah, that's
calling complex out.
That's what I saw. That B-Dot was the first person I saw that. Matter of fact, let me go to B-Dot.
Well, he said somebody on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, got it. B-Dot said for the record, the following rappers was omitted. We need a board. ASAP Ferg, AC, Billy Dance, CL Smooth, Cormega, DMC, Black Rob, Buckshot, Fame, Havoc, Inspector Deck, Joey Badass, Joel Santana, Lloyd Banks, Loon, Max B, Memphis Bleak, Fife, Remy Ma, Sheik Luch, Shine, Talib Kweli. He
A lot
put
of the
that shit in
names that a lot of
alphabetical
the
order.
names we said.
He put that shit in alphabetical order so y'all knew and understand. But Ice Spice, Diddy, on that list.
Bro, stop saying Diddy name. Stop doing Diddy like this.
I'm not doing Diddy like nothing.
But I'm with you though.
He know.
I'm with you.
Now, is it possible to fill up this list with 50 and be comfortable? But it's 3 people that don't belong on this list.
I fuck with Loon, but I don't think I'm throwing Loon in there.
I'm not throwing.
I like Loon though. I like Loon. It's the one album that he did put out was decent. Loon had a nice flow, but I ain't throwing him on that 50 list.
And B-Dot said the New York timeline was hot. See, Mike, that's why you didn't see it. Because even though you follow a lot of New York people, you're not from New York. This is a New York fight.
Yeah, I miss New York.
Let New York fight about New York. All right, man, before we get out of here, James Harden called Daryl Morey a liar. He said he would not play on the team that he's involved in. There's talk about him not coming to training camp. Is James Harden about to get fat again? Is James Harden about to look like me on the NBA court?
I mean, he just opted in to $36 million. You ain't coming to work? You ain't coming to work?
You knew that nigga was there when you opted in.
Nigga, you making $36 million this year. You ain't coming to work? The fuck is we talking about right now, G? I mean, I don't know, bro. I need more clarification on this. He's a liar. What exactly did he lie about?
So reportedly, allegedly, James Harden was promised to get a max deal if he took less money last year. They used that less money to get like PJ Tucker, amongst other things. But that's I saw some reports. I don't know how. I mean, of course, we don't know how true.
I saw it.
That motherfucker. Hey, James Harden's like, I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
For him, G.
Yup.
Hilarious.
But James Harden reportedly, allegedly took less money to get more people to for a run at the championship.
Okay.
They didn't win. And, it's time and more. Apparently, they ain't even exchanged, according to reports, they ain't even exchanged the contract to James Harden. Like, they didn't even extend a contract to this man.
They just told him, look, you're going to pay you your $36 million and then we going
to You opting in, fam, or what?
I mean, I think we saw the James Harden performance in the playoffs last season. This past season, G. I don't know. Niggas he probably had to change a heart, G. And rightfully so.
Mike, I ain't saying you wrong.
Shit. I guess a man got to be a man of his word, huh?
I'm not saying you wrong. What I'm saying is if this report is true, that the Sixers, this is according to John Clark, the Sixers reportedly never had an agreement, made an offer, or exchanged proposals with James Harden and his reps heading into this year's free agency. So heading into free agency, they ain't talked to the man about contracts. He just opted in. So if Morley ain't even offered the man nothing based off what he said last year, he kind of a liar. Yeah. I don't care if things changed or not. Because at the end of the day, he should just tell his man, hey, unless you opt in, we not bringing you back. And then you work on the sign and trade from there. Yeah. Because if I'm James Harden, I'm opting in to $36 million because I'm probably not getting $36 million on the open market.
At all.
But if you look at it and you say that they ain't have an offer or exchange proposals, that means, Mike, forget everything else. That means that the Sixers and James Harden and exchange napkins. Hey, man, what you think about this number? They didn't even do that. They basically just said, fuck James Harden. Now, as much as I made the video of James Harden being the worst superstar in NBA history. And every time something goes wrong with James Harden, y'all share that video, and I thank y'all for that.
Easily the most. Video will age gracefully.
But Mike, you ain't even lowball the man. Like, that's what I'm saying. You ain't even lowballed the man.
Didn't even give him no type of assurance that they was gonna have him back.
Mike, if
they wanted him back, excuse me.
If that report from John Clark is true, they ain't even lowballed the man. They ain't even say, look, we give you 2-year, $40 million deal.
But
they didn't even do that. They just was like, hey, you just let us know what you gonna do.
But is that because it was lack of interest? Like you said, he didn't really get much traction during free agency.
Mike.
Why should we pay you if nobody else wants you? Nobody wants you.
It's not the fact that, look, people want James Harden.
Do they?
Yeah, they just not gonna pay 30. They just not gonna pay him $40 million.
Exactly. So if that's with every NBA team, then why you?
Mike, no, Mike. Hear me out, Mike. That's why I said they didn't even lowball a man. That's what I'm saying. They didn't lowball him. Mike, they didn't go, hey, we'll give you 2 years, $40 million. They didn't do that. They offered this man $20 million a year. They didn't do that. The report says, Mike, they ain't exchanged proposals. Again, they didn't put a number on the napkin.
Now, let me ask you this.
About that number.
Is this all of this of what didn't happen transpired before he asked for the trade?
That's
because he opted in, and
the
then
report said
he asked for
the report said heading into free agency, they ain't have no agreement. They ain't have no proposal in place. Again, they never had an agreement. They never made an offer or exchanged proposals with James Harden and his reps heading into this year's free agency. That means the season ended. And they ain't offer him nothing.
Okay. Heading into free agency got to mean that, all right, this is so that's why he opted in and asked for the trade, because he didn't get no assurance that, you know what I'm saying, they possibly wanted him to come back.
You ain't offer me, you ain't even lowball me, Jack.
Right.
Like, you ain't even lowball me.
All right, cool. I'm gonna take my $36 million and then trade me. But who's gonna want to pick up that $36 million?
I think, look, it's a 1-year, $36 million deal at this point. Anybody would pick that deal up because it's salary cap relief once the season is over with. So, like, say for example, like I use the Bulls for an example. The Bulls, you know, because reportedly, allegedly, Zach LaVine has been involved in, like, been part of trade talks with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
So if the Bulls were to trade Zach LaVine and some other pieces for James Harden and some other pieces, $36 million coming off the cap next year for a Bulls team that's paying Debo, Vooch. Now they paying Ayo, Kobe White. They don't have salary cap relief for the next couple of years, and they draft picks are off and on. So to get a James Harden in a Bulls uniform under a 1-year deal, that's cap relief after the season is over with. Or you get a rejuvenated James Harden with Debo and Vooch. But the Bulls will be looking at that as cap relief. And if we get James Harden like we used to, or even last year, it's better than what we had. There's other teams who look at 1 year, $36 million, and they look at cap relief. The 76ers, though, is probably trying to get the farm for James Harden. And that's when what you said, ain't nobody trying to pay $36 million and then give up a lot of shit for James Harden. Because you don't know what James Harden you going to get.
Don't know what you're going to get.
That's on James there. But Philadelphia is probably trying to load the deck to try to catch a team slipping to get what they can out of James Harden for James Harden. And it's going to take more than salary cap relief for that to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, any team would be interested in James Harden 1 year, $36 million because it's a 1 year deal and it's cap relief. And for a team like the Bulls, they need that cap relief. They need it.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this though. James Harden, he gonna be playing for Philadelphia this year. 36 million. Well, you better get your ass out there, fam. Play that year out. Y'all actually got something. That ain't like y'all don't have a contender over there. Y'all got something. Come on, man. These basketball players is getting crazy with these demands. With wanting to be traded to specific teams and all of this.
Yeah, he want to go to the Clippers.
Yeah, that shit ain't happening.
He want to go to the Clippers.
It ain't happening. The Clippers actually have a legit shot in the West. If you start the season out with a healthy Paul George and a healthy Kawhi Leonard with Russell Westbrook, them niggas don't need you. They don't need you. They don't need you, James. Sorry, dog. Suit up with Joel Embiid. Y'all run it back, fam. That's it, dog. Get your 36 million and hoop, G, and then go do what you want to do in free agency, Joe. I'm sorry. You played yourself by opting into that 36 million, thinking that they was gonna trade your ass. It's like they was gonna get you. I don't know what happened here, but yeah. And then he thought he was going to Houston too. I don't know, bro.
Hey man, Houston gave Fred VanVleet all James Harden money. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened right
there. We want to be real. Hey man, Houston was like, we signing Fred VanVleet.
As they should have
to
done.
all this money. And James was like, fuck.
Yep. Nah, buddy.
Damn.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. Yeah, James stuck. He's stuck in Philly, G. He's stuck. So what happens if he doesn't play? Does he get fined? Is this like a Ben Simmons situation or something? Like, is this what we get?
This is a Ben Simmons situation.
Yeah, right. Is this a Ben Simmons situation?
This is.
He's getting fined.
This is a Ben Simmons situation.
He's sitting out. What we doing? Is that what's gonna happen?
See Ben Simmons.
All right.
See Ben Simmons.
Oh, Philly.
And low key, man, I think the league putting themselves in a bind anyway because they told Damian Lillard and them to stop talking about that he wants to go to Miami and only Miami.
As they should.
When you got James Harden who only want to go to LA, the Clippers.
Look, bro,
and you ain't holding that same energy. You ain't holding that same energy. And RickBarry, shouts out to the OG RickBarry, one of the 75 greatest players in the NBA, one of the 50 greatest players in the NBA, NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors back in the day. He had some interesting comments around players today, and if players back in his day could play in his era. Now, I'm trying to find the audio. Hold on for a second. Here it is right here. Here's right here.
When it comes to, that era, and they always said, oh, well, Will Chamberlain, even if he did put 100, it was against plumbers.
No, please, the plumbers. They had so many great centers back in those days. They have centers. The guys that are centers now, they're not centers. I mean, they play on the wing. They're all wanting to shoot 3-point shots. I mean, they don't block shots. They don't protect the rim. It's a different game. People don't understand. I've had many people say, well, Rick, you guys wouldn't be able to play with these guys. I said, okay, what drugs are you on? Okay, because you got a problem. Because if you really understood the game and you really knew what the difference was between when we played and the guys playing here, we had nothing to help us. I didn't have an agility coach. I didn't have a dietitian. I didn't travel on charter planes so that we could get a good night's sleep and get to the next city and have a nice day. We drove ourselves around in rental cars. I mean, we had $8 a day per diem. These get chartered food on their planes. We didn't have whirlpools, and we didn't have saunas, and we didn't have masseuses, and we didn't have any of that. If I played today, I would be faster, and I was pretty fast, okay, and quick. I'd be faster, stronger, quicker, more endurance, jump high. I would be so much better a basketball player because I had none of those things available to me. It's absolutely crazy how much better the guys that I played with, the Oscar Robertsons, the Jerry, all of us, as good as we were, would be even greater playing today.
Your thoughts, Mike?
I agree with him. I agree. And especially when he said that back then they didn't have all this special treatment that NBA players get nowadays. I agree. I think that players in the old age, the old era, the older generation, there's certain players that can ball right now, bro. Like with these guys. I think a Charles Barkley, Larry Bird, Magic, all the guys could play now. And I also think that there's guys that play in this era could survive in the old era too, as well. Like I think it's an even split, like that's vice versa. I have no problem with that statement, G, at all. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Man, look, let me just say this. That man is 100% right. For the stars, right? I'm talking about, the RickBarrys. Imagine Wilt Chamberlain in a program.
The myth.
The
myth.
This man, Wilt Chamberlain, is a world-class sprinter, long jumper, high jumper. My man tore his knee up and went and rehabbed by playing volleyball and came back the same year.
Yeah.
Like, imagine somebody like Oscar Robertson in a program. See, this is why I don't get in. This is another reason why I don't debate and talk about who would be better and all of that stuff. And look, especially in that day, fam. No Marks was hooping and smoking squares in halftime, fam. Niggas was like, yo, pass me a brewski.
Yeah.
Instead of Gatorade. Like, the Mars was drinking shots during halftime. The 70s was the worst time, fam. Mars was out there hooping on cocaine. Look, you can't tell me a RickBarry, a Oscar Robinson, a Tiny Archibald, a Lou Alcindor, a Dave Cowens, a John Havlicek. You can't tell me that those players, as great as they were then, can't be put in what we have right now and not be better. Fam, airplanes was out then, but it wasn't like the most favorite way of traveling. So Mars was going to game in a bus. Or they have to get on the airplane with me and you. Like, imagine you getting on the airplane and the Philadelphia 76ers on the plane with you. You go, oh, shit. I go, oh, Dr. J. Hey, Dr. J. Now, you trying to talk to Dr. J. You talking Dr. J's ear off. He trying to go to sleep because he got a game against the LA Lakers tomorrow, and you over there trying to get his autograph and talking and stuff. Just go look at the LA Lakers joint. The winning dynasty joint.
Yeah,
winning time, fam. All the Marks had was the ice tub. Like, they had the ice tub. They just got masseuses then. It was only like one. You didn't have world class nothing. So for anybody who thinks that he's wrong, you go look at a program in college and you go look at their facilities. How world-class they are. And go look at some of these programs that are now doing good. They ain't got no raggedy-ass shit. I even talked about this shit when it came to Deion Sanders and HBCUs. Like, HBCUs will never catch up to these D1 programs if the facilities don't change. Because when the facilities change, The players change.
Mhm.
The facilities changed in the NBA. All right, you being able to put better things in your body changed. They didn't have nutritionists in the 1960s and 70s, fam.
Yeah.
Niggas was getting off the plane, going to like just eating, fam.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have any programs, they didn't have any nutritionists, they didn't have all of the things that these players got. LeBron James spends millions of dollars on his body. That means LeBron James for a year spends more on his body than what RickBarry probably made
Yeah.
into his championship season. But you put greats, put an Oscar Robinson in his prime in a program
Yeah.
with everything that you have for you. A gym, you ain't got to share with the local YMCA.
A gym,
A
you
gym,
get the
nutritionist,
equipment, like you get
the equipment.
the shoes,
Yeah.
the shoes nowadays.
Niggas was out here hooping in goddamn chucks, and you mean to tell me, come on, fam. Like, it's cats that was averaging 30 points a game and 10 rebounds and 5 assists in chucks. Them hard ass shoes with no nutritionists, with no workout facilities, with no gym to call their own. They putting squares and red meat in their body during halftime. They done with the game and they taking shots of whiskey, smoking squares, and then they get on a bus and to go to Kansas City to play the Kansas City Kings, and then they take another bus, and then again they got per diem money. And some of these cats had second jobs. They had jobs during the off season, fam. So fuck your off season workout, G. I'm a bricklayer. Like, fam, let's think about it. Hey man, in the 50s and 60s, these cats had jobs like bricklayers and working in goddamn warehouses and stuff. You done with the season, you just won the NBA championship. And then you got to go clock in 2 weeks from then you go to work. Hey, Bob, a good season. What you gonna do next year? Well, we figure it out.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, John, stop talking to Bob. Get the fucking work.
Get your ass to
Bad.
work.
She has to work. Sorry to bother you, Bob.
Yeah.
The whole second job during the off season. NBA players ain't got no second job. They either working out, getting in shape, or being at pro-ams.
Yeah.
So yes, I think great players would be great now and probably be better than they were then because they would be in an actual program to help them improve and get better.
Yep. 100%.
So yeah. So man, any hot takes?
Nah, we good. What you think quickly before we go? You had a little preseason football from the Bears and the Cowboys. What did you see from your Bears that you liked?
I'm just gonna say this because I want to wait. I want to
Okay.
wait. I don't want to hot take it.
No hot takes, but what did you?
Man,
like?
I want to wait till this whole preseason is over with.
All right, I got you.
But
I feel like Bay got some excitement tingling inside him.
I do, but because one thing that they was working on was the short pass, check downs, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That shit clearly worked game one, fam. Like
Okay.
it clearly worked. I just hate that some of the local media still is trying to nitpick and shit. Like now it's all of a sudden air yards and shit that they want to talk about and all that shit.
Christ,
like
bro.
what the fuck? When the fuck did we start talking about air yards, my
Bro,
nigga? Like
what? You know what? That's the statistics that they're gonna start creating now, bro. It's like with baseball too, Phil. Like you said, with quarterbacks, we're gonna start seeing like how many yards did he actually throw the ball down the field, not just like sideways, man. But even with baseball, bro, like velocity of the ball coming off the bat, velocity of the player, the outfielder throwing it into the infield,
Yeah,
like it
nah,
came out 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like, when the fuck did we start calculating this shit, Joe? Like
when you start nitpicking people. So I'm not gonna
Man.
nitpick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna nitpick. I'm gonna keep it cool. I'm gonna chill out. And I am going to relax. and wait till the preseason is over with
Okay.
before I jump out the body. But I like what I see from the offensive line, especially. Of course, the skill positions, and I like seeing the improvement of the checkdowns with Justin. The linebackers seem to be all over the place. I like Tyreek Stevenson.
Okay.
I love his aggression, and I think Kyler Gordon is going to be in a good spot. So the defensive backfield I have no issues with. I'm just nervous about the defensive line. But when Yannick is playing, we'll see what's going on with that. How do you feel about your Cowboys?
I didn't really see much of nothing too much.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know yet.
No, Wiz.
to be determined. But we did sign Zach Martin, so I like that.
There you
and
go.
Micah Parsons hurt his leg in practice today, but he said he got kicked and he's fine. So not much of nothing just yet. So we shall see. But I think you're gonna get more of a better observation than I am, because I don't think Dak's gonna play in the preseason. I think they said they're gonna hold him out.
Yeah.
And I think Tony Pollard as well. So I don't think we're gonna get much from those two. So other than that, I don't got much of nothing. But yeah, it was good. Football is back though. So even if it's preseason, it's good to go out there and see see a little action. And I don't like how everybody's. I don't know. I think the whole writing of Trey Lance, everybody's writing them off right now. G. I don't know about that. I don't like it. It's over for him. He cooked.
Hey, Mike, end us off.
He cooked. Trey Lance is cooked. Hey, that's a hot take. I don't think Trey Lance is cooked. Let the boy play a little bit, man.
End us off, Mike.
Man, some dude pod, man.
Because end us off.
Rate, like, subscribe, G. You all already know, man. We everywhere. The What Digital on Twitch, the What Digital on YouTube. We on Twitter we're on X. We're on X at Some Dude Pod. We're on IG at Some Dude Pod. At Mike B _CHR at JRBang, Facebook, at Some Dude Group, hashtag Some Dude Pod. And happy anniversary birthday to Some Dude Pod 4 years ago. Me and Bang started a podcast, and here we are right now. So thank you to everybody that has interacted and listened to the show, rate, like, subscribed, and all of that good stuff. And yeah, I think that's it, man. That's all I got, bro. I'm Mike B. That's JR Bang. That's it.